Imagine a room with 100 American families. Only 2 of them are truly ready to retire. Just 2. According to the latest data, only 1.8% of households have $2 million or more saved for retirement. The other 98% aren't just unlucky. They are walking into a financial trap that you can see coming from miles away. The average person has about $87,000 saved. If you follow the SAFE rule, that $87,000 only pays you about $290 a month. Think about that. You can't buy groceries, pay rent, or fix a car on $290 a month. That's not a retirement plan. It's a disaster happening in slow motion. But here's the good news. The path to $2 million is just a math problem. It's simpler than you think, but it's harder to stick to than anyone admits. Today, we're showing you the exact map the 1.8% use to get ahead and how you can join them. Why the old rules are broken. We've been lied to. For years, experts told us to save 10% of our money and wait for Social Security to do the rest. But that world is gone. Look at the numbers. If you're under 35, the average person has about $18,000. By age 55, that only grows to about $185,000. Even the best savers, the top 10%, barely reach $700,000 by the time they stop working. And Social Security? It's in trouble. Experts say by 2033, the fund might run low. If that happens, benefits could be cut by 23% automatically. Relying on the government to fund your life is a very dangerous bet. Another mistake? Counting your house as retirement savings. You might live in a $500,000 home, but you can't eat your kitchen cabinets. You can't pay for a flight with your backsplash. Unless you sell the house and move into a tent, that money is trapped. To be free, you need liquid money and cash in accounts that grow while you sleep. The 1.8% know this. They don't save based on old rules of thumb. They save based on the reality of the future, the simple machine to $2 million. Reaching $2 million isn't about being a genius. It's about math. Let's look at 4 people with the same goal but different starting lines. We will assume they all get a standard 8% return from the stock market. Scenario 1, the early starter, 25. If you start at 25, you only need to save $500 a month. That's it. By age 65, you have $1.75 million. If you bump it up to $650, you hit $2.3 million. At 25, time is your best friend. Scenario 2, the middle starter, 35. If you wait 10 years, the price goes up. To hit $2 million, you now have to save $1,400 a month. Waiting costs you an extra $900 every single month. Scenario 3, the late starter, 45. Now it gets tough. To reach $2 million by 65, you have to find $3,500 a month. That's like paying for a second house every month just to catch up. Scenario 4, the power play. What if you max out your accounts? In 2025, you can put $23,500 into a 401k and $7,000 into an IRA. If a 25-year-old does this, they don't just hit $2 million, they hit $4.9 million. The lesson here is simple. Time is more important than how much money you make. It's more important than picking the perfect stock. If you start early, the math does the heavy lifting. If you start late, you have to do the heavy lifting yourself. The cruise control moment. Getting to $2 million feels impossible when you have zero. And honestly, the first part is hard. Getting to your first $100,000 feels like pushing a boulder up a mountain. It might take you 5 or 10 years of hard work where it feels like nothing is happening. But there is a magic number in wealth building. That number is $500,000. Once you have $500,000 invested, the math flips. At an 8% return, that money makes $40,000 a year all by itself. That is more than most people can afford to save in a year. At this point, your money is working harder than you are. Going from $0 to $500,000 might take 15 years. But going from $500,000 to $1 million only takes about 7 or 8 years. And going from $1 million to $2 million, another 7 or 8. The second million comes twice as fast as the first. This is where most people fail. They quit during the boring middle. They have $150,000 they've been saving for years, and they don't feel rich yet. They don't realize they are just a few years away from the cruise control moment. If you can just reach $500,000, the machine is built. Your only job after that is to not break it. Real estate versus the S&P 500. Many people think a house is the best way to get rich. It's what our parents told us. But the data tells a different story. Over the last 100 years, the US stock market, the S&P 500, has returned about 10% a year on average. During that same time, home prices only went up about 4% a year. Let's say you have $300,000. If you put it into a home and wait 30 years, that home might be worth about $973,000. That sounds great, right? But if you put that same $300,000 into the stock market at 10%, it would be worth $5.2 million. By choosing the house over the market, you lost over $4 million in growth. A house is a great place to live. It's a great way to stay stable, but it is a very slow way to build wealth. The 1.8% use the stock market as their primary engine because they want their money to move at 100 miles per hour, not 40. Lifestyle creep. Why do so few people hit $2 million if the math is so simple? It's because of a silent killer called lifestyle creep. When you get a raise at work, what's the first thing you do? Most people buy a nicer car. They move into a bigger apartment. They start eating at fancier restaurants. Their spending creeps up to match their new pay. To hit the 1.8%, you have to break this cycle. The 50-30-20 rule, saving 20%, is okay for being comfortable, but to get truly wealthy on an average salary, you need to save 25 to 35% of what you make. This is the uncomfortable truth. Reaching $2 million means saying no to things your friends are saying yes to. It means driving the older truck while your neighbor gets the new one. It means living in a smaller house while your coworkers upgrade. You aren't being cheap, you're being a steward. You are protecting your future freedom from your present desires. How to join the 1.8%. If you want to be in that 1.8%, you need a flight plan. Here's yours. Step 1. Know your number. Decide how much you want to live on each year. Multiply that by 25. If you want to spend $80,000 a year, your target is $2 million. Step 2. Automate. Don't try to save what's left at the end of the month. Nothing will be left. Set your accounts to take the money out the day you get paid. Step 3. Buy the whole market. Don't try to find the next hidden gem stock. Just buy low-cost index funds that track the S&P 500. It's boring, it's simple, and it works. Step 4. Ignore the noise. The news will tell you the world is ending, the market will crash, people will panic. The 1.8% stayed invested. They know that time in the market is more important than timing the market. The path is clear. The math is undeniable. $2 million isn't a dream for the lucky. It's a reward for the disciplined.